And welcome to another episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. I'm Taylor Phillips, flying solo. So this is going to be short and sweet. I'm going to try to extend my talk as long as I can. But I got some to talk about, just not a whole bunch. But I'll try to go full detail as I can. So we're going to talk Pistons, of course, Lions, Red Wings, of course, Patrick Kane. Oh, yeah. He's the biggest topic of all Red Wings hockey right now. Michigan Wolverines football and the Tigers. First off, by the way, follow the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on X, Instagram, and TikTok at Michigan_truth and like its Facebook page. Also, subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like our videos and turn on all notifications on the bell icon. And follow it and listen to it in audio form on Spreaker. Follow me on Twitter or X, TikTok, and Instagram at DT2Phillips, and subscribe to Taylor Phillips. That's me. On YouTube at DT2Phillips. Ed Smith is out for an undisclosed reason. Yeah, I don't care about the officiating. Who cares? But anyway, we have some developing news from last week on the incident between Pistons center Isaiah Stewart and center Drew Eubanks. Drew Eubanks, I don't think got in trouble at all. Isaiah Stewart was charged with a misdemeanor assault for allegedly punching Eubanks, the center for the Phoenix Suns, before their game. Phoenix won 116 to 100 that night. Stewart, and now we're learning that Stewart had been suspended for 3 games. So just what else can we say? Isaiah Stewart, we recall 2 years ago, got into a fight during the Pistons home game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Got into a fight with LeBron James. LeBron James elbowed him, and then Stewart went after him while bleeding in the face. Stewart just went after him not once but twice down the court. And now, a week or two ago, Stewart just gets into an argument with Drew Eubanks and then decides to punch him. Isaiah Stewart has to start watching himself. It's pretty simple, right? Well, the Pistons are now 8-49 after their close loss to the New York Knicks. I've been hearing there was some controversial officiating at the end of the game, but who cares? It doesn't change the fact that the Knicks were the better team anyway. And the Pistons are now 8-49. I mean, there's just no excuse whatsoever for this. There really isn't. The Pistons are really in a sad state of affairs. They really are. What else can I say? I mean, there's just no doubt about it. Tom Gore's not taking much accountability as an owner. Troy Weaver, all of a sudden becoming a slouch. And Monty Williams, their head coach, not adapting to his decision making in games. Not developing his players either. Cade Cunningham can't do it all by himself. Jalen Duren can't do it all by himself. Jaden Ivey can't do it by himself. This rebuild has been taking way too long. It really has. I'm not joking. So the Pistons, they signed Buddy Baum to a 2-year, two-way contract. Who cares? The Lions, they released safety Tracy Walker III after 6 seasons with them. Tracy Walker may have made a few selfish mistakes on the field, but otherwise he'd done at least a decent job at safety. But I think it was just his time to go. Plus, they've re-signed place kicker Michael Badgley, probably to a 1-year deal or something like that. The terms were undisclosed, as far as I can tell. And now earlier today, they signed special teams man Jalen Reeves-Maybin to a 2-year contract worth $7.5 million to $8 million, according to Eric Woodyard of ESPN. Also, Jalen Reeves-Maybin has been very good on special teams. He even got a sack, even got an interception, even got a big hit on opposing punt returns. And now, one of the rumors that I've heard from inside sources from Heavy on Lions and Heavy.com, that the Lions may let go of defensive back C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He was injured for most of the season, as we all recall, as Lions fans, and then came up with 2 interceptions. One in their regular season finale at Ford Field against the Minnesota Vikings, and then in their second playoff game at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before choking in San Francisco. It's just a rumor right now. We never know what's going to happen in the offseason. It's still only the beginning, only about almost a month in to this NFL offseason. So, got to keep our eyes open at all times. There are many months to go before the next NFL season kicks off. Now to the awesome news. Patrick Kane scores 2 overtime goals, including one at home against the Colorado Avalanche, 2-1. And then the other, just last night in Chicago at United Center, on a night where the Blackhawks retired Chris Chelios' number 7 atop the rafters at United Center. Patrick Kane, on a breakaway, beat Peter Mrazek for the game-winning overtime goal, assisted by Alex DeBrincat. Everyone knows that one too. And yes, he must be signed to a contract extension. There is no doubt. There is no dispute about it. That is undisputable. Patrick Kane is him, period. He's one of the gods right now that's still currently playing in the NHL. And Yzerman knows that. Speaking of contract extensions, they've signed Michael Rasmussen to one here for 4 years worth $12.8 million, 3.2 annual average value. The average annual value. And the Red Wings have been on fire, and they have to be when they are chasing a playoff spot. 70 points in 58 games played at 32, 20, and 6. Fourth place in the not-so-Atlantic division, but only 4 games back of the Toronto Maple Leafs, who have 74 points, holding that third spot in the not-so-Atlantic division. But the Red Wings hold the first Eastern Conference wildcard spot, 1 point ahead of the 69-point Tampa Bay Lightning. And I have a feeling it's gonna go down to the wire if all this keeps up through the end of the regular season. And I think the Red Wings will make a playoff spot, let alone even winning a few playoff games and whatnot. You just never know, but they'll still need even more to contend for a Stanley Cup championship. The process must continue. But Patrick Kane is definitely him, period. That's why the Red Wings need to extend. That's why Steve Yzerman needs to extend him. However much it may take, it won't. It's not going to matter. Kane's probably going to be here to stay. I have a gut feeling, at least. No inside information or sources from the team or whatsoever. But this is my conjecture now. This is my gut feeling. I think Patrick Kane's going to stay, and I believe he wants to stay as well. Some trending truth: Michigan Wolverines football defensive back Keon Sabb transfers to the Alabama Crimson Tide after then head coach Jim Harbaugh was hired by the NFL's Los Angeles Chargers. The Wolverines football team just keeps breaking up after Harbaugh's departure. Which was a few days after the Wolverines won their college football playoff national championship. But Sharon Moore I believe, is ready to take that next step as new head coach. For the Tigers, first off, they claim outfielder TJ Hopkins off waivers from the San Francisco Giants and DFA Colton Ingram for assignment. You can see those numbers: 972 OPS, 298 batting average versus left-handed pitchers in AAA. But then they DFA'd Hopkins to make room to sign Los Angeles Angels third baseman Gio Urshela to a 1-year, $1.5 million contract, 299 batting average in the major league level with 2 home runs for the Angels last season. Urshela is 32. So the Tigers add a little bit of veteran presence, which Urshela may platoon with Matt Vierling at third base, while Vierling may take one of the outfield spots, probably left field or something like that, while Urshela takes third base when they're both in the lineup. That's the way I visualize part of the Detroit Tigers depth chart right now. So and then, of course, Michigan State losing a heartbreaker and choking to the Ohio State Buckeyes in yesterday's game at the Breslin Center. Tom Izzo used Xavier Booker, who was red hot in the first half, and then Izzo benched Booker for most of the second half. 60-57 was the final score. The Buckeyes won. Let's take a look at Booker's stats. Xavier Booker, 7 points, 3 of 6 field goals, just 17 minutes. 3 of 6 shooting from the entire floor, including one of 3 from 3, but 3 blocks defensively. They could have. That's one. See, that's why. That's how valuable he is defensively to this Spartans men's basketball team. Why did they sit him down? And he was in the starting lineup too. I just don't freaking get it. It's no wonder Josh Kreger on X at Ezra 9 North pointed out that Izzo is washed, and Izzo has to retire. Of course, he has to retire. Izzo's getting old. He's almost 70 years old. He's around 7. He's close to 70 years old, if not at that point. Izzo has made way too many mistakes. Yes, he's won one national championship. That was way back in 2000. That was a long time ago, okay? Yes, he's made consecutive trips to the big dance. But honestly, it's growing more stale. It needs to stop, really. Either Izzo has to get his head screwed back on right, otherwise he needs to just hang up his clipboard and walk and retire. He'll be forever known as a legendary head coach in Spartan men's basketball history. There's no doubt about that, and we will forever cherish his impact. But the more mistakes he makes, the more they're going to hurt the Spartans men's basketball team. The Spartans may soon have to move on from Izzo. Can't last forever. So let's talk about what we've learned. The Pistons, they're a complete mess, like they've been all season and in the last few seasons. 8-49. Isaiah Stewart getting in trouble again, suspending 3 games. The Lions general manager Brad Holmes only getting started this NFL offseason, almost 1 month in. So, got to keep your eyes open. Don't make any conclusion judgments about him. Okay. They re-signed Jalen Reeves-Maybin to a contract extension, which he deserves. They might get rid of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, but who knows? But Patrick Kane is him. He's one of the most vital pieces to this Red Wings roster and to this Red Wings chase toward a playoff spot. Michael Rasmussen, of course, being extended. Patrick Kane should be extended too. Rasmussen is really good defensively. And he's a facilitator as well. The Wolverines football team just keeps breaking up after winning a natty and Harbaugh leaving. Harbaugh earned that NFL hire to become Los Angeles Chargers head coach. Jesse Mitter as his defensive coordinator. And the Tigers, well, they still have work to be done before they can even contend for a World Series. It's going to be a few more years. So that's what we've learned on another episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, which you can follow on X, Instagram, and TikTok, and like on Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like our videos and turn on all notifications on the bell icon, and listen to its episodes in audio form on Spreaker and follow it. Follow me on X, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at DT2Phillips. And even though Ed Smith's not here, follow him on X, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube at EdSmith313. Business shout-outs go to Athletico Physical Therapy on Woodward and Ferndale, the B4 Foundation, Cali Tickets. Call Mark Goldman at 877-225-8425 or visit CaliTickets.com. Creative Embroidery of Cadillac for designing the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast logo on my long sleeve shirt and t-shirt. Cuts by Melanie in Lake City, the JC Youth Foundation for sponsoring the Detroit Lions Legends Youth Football Camp in Clare every summer, annually every year. Let's Roll With It rolled ice cream in Cadillac. No word on their flavor of the week yet. Today's Monday. Follow them on TikTok at the Food Mafia LLC and on Instagram at the Food Mafia Rolled Ice Cream. Northern Star Event Rentals in Cadillac, 231-884-8195, and on Facebook. Union Barber in Birmingham, United Food Service Solutions of Grand Ledge, Michigan, United Mobile Power Wash and Dry Ice Works in Southfield, and Well-Being with Catherine Palms. We'll be back on the air next Thursday at 10:30 p.m. On behalf of Ed Smith, I'm Taylor Phillips. Ed Smith will be back with me next Thursday at 10 p.m. But for now, I'm Taylor Phillips signing off. But remember, we observe and detect the truth about Michigan sports because the truth is out there. Stay on the lookout, everyone. Ta-ta. Hit them with a hind.